So welcome to another episode of the things you should do when you start FC25 career mode. These are going to be my best tips for when I start my own career mode saves, so I hope it helps you out as well. If you play career mode hardcore, you probably will know all the things I speak about today, but if you're a beginner, this should help you get started. This is part 5 in the series. If you do enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more FC25 tips and tricks. One thing you should do when you start career mode is go to the customize section and edit your players. Now when you go to this menu, you can edit different aspects about your player's appearance. You can't change their info, you can't change their body, you can't change their position of course, but you can change certain aspects about their kit. So you can do a tucked in shirt, you can also do kit sleeves like long, undershirt, turtleneck as well. You can do a normal jersey fit or a tight fit as well, which probably looks a bit better, the tight fit. And then you've also got the waist. You can do untucked or tucked in. In terms of boots, the game does offer a lot of different boots, so you can apply these boots to your players in your save as well. So if you've got Casemiro here and you want to change his boots, you can just put Mercurials on him, or you can just give him some nice blue and white EA Sports branded boots. You can also change the player's socks, so you can do really short socks, average looking socks, and also high socks. Then there's also ankle tape, so you can put some tape on the player. You can change the colors for that. You can also apply gloves to the player, so if there's winter games, you can put the gloves on your players, or you can just take it off as well. There's also tape you can put around their wrists, so you can do that with Casemiro there, change the colors around. That's pretty much it. You can go through the whole team and change their appearances if you really want to. It helps like personalize your players a bit more. I believe you can also do it with other players from other teams in the game as well. So we've got a Man City player here and I can change his appearance in my own save. This is another useful tip and it's something you should do straight away. When you start a save, go to the transfers section, go to search players, go all the way to the transfer status tile and start looking for any of these free agents here. Signing free agents could be good if you have limited transfer budgets, limited wage budgets. You might find some gems hidden in this section here. You can see already we've got Memphis Depay as a free agent. So potentially you could sign a decent player on the free, and Depay seems to be a good player. Sebastian Cordova is another player that looks pretty decent in the free agent section. Definitely utilize the free agent section of the game because you can sign players on the cheap and some of them are good quality as well. And it's going to be good for those people that use teams that have very low transfer budgets and can't afford to really buy good quality players at the start. Another thing you should do is also check out the loan list. So just go to for loan there on the tile. You might not have a decent transfer budget to bring in good quality players, but you might have enough in the loan budget to maybe bring in some good players for half a season or a season. Have a look at some players that are available for loan. And some of these guys might be better than the current players you have in your team. If you're with a club that has a massive budget, you might want to take a look at release clauses. This means you don't have to negotiate, you can just pay the price out, and that might be useful as well. Another thing you should do when you start is check your gameplay settings. So go to the settings section in career mode and check out all these settings here. You can adjust the half length for normal matches. You can also adjust the youth tournament games as well. You can turn the match intros on or off, the youth player quality. At any time you can also go from classic settings to simulation gameplay settings, and you can also change the wind effects and weather effects, and you can also change the sliders by going to custom, and then you can adjust them the way you want them if you don't like EA's presets that they give you. If you go over to the CPU sliders, you can do custom as well, or you can set up a tactical preset. There's also dynamic as well, and you can read on the right what these settings do. In terms of training settings, you cannot change them, so you have to make sure you get them right when you start your save. You can't change them during the save. Transfers and scouting settings cannot be changed, so you have to get this right before you actually start the save. You cannot change general settings as well. Things like the board expectations, job offers, and all that other stuff cannot be changed once you start. You can adjust some sort of sim stuff here. You can adjust the camera angles and all that. And then the visual stuff as well, like player names and indicators, play styles plus overhead indicators. And you can also adjust audio settings at any time. So if you don't like the commentary, you can change it to a different English speaking one. There's Guy Mowbray and Sue Smith as an option as well. Sideline commentators you can turn on or off. You can even change the language of the commentary. And then there's also Beyond Broadcast. If you enable this setting, it will raise the intensity and overall atmosphere of the crowd during gameplay to levels beyond typical broadcast. So if you're a player that likes more extreme atmospheres, this might be something you would turn on. You can even leave it on hybrid, which probably will give you the best of both worlds. Then there's also controller audio volume. Whenever the ball goes into the back of the net, a sound might come out of your controller if you play on PlayStation 5. I turn this off because it doesn't really sound that good. It's a little bit annoying. So let's move on to player career mode now. We did speak in episode 1 about selecting whether you want it to be an icon, a real player, or a women's player, or even a men's player. Let's say you want to create a new men's player, for example. You would have to select, your starting avatar. Then you can give them a name, a commentary name as well. which are just going to be like random last names. Give your person a proper kit name. Change the number of your player as well, because otherwise you'll get a default number, and the nationality as well. Then you can go in and customize your player's appearance using the EA Cranium technology. I do suggest you spend some time here creating a person that looks like you or whatever else you wanted to create. There's a lot more customization this year thanks to EA Cranium. Give your person a nice kit appearance as well. You might want to tuck in the shirt. You might want to do kit sleeves long or undershirt. If they're a goalkeeper, you might want to give them pants as well, and you can do a normal fit or tight fit for the jersey. Boots as well, you might want to change the boots for the player, otherwise they're going to get some sort of generic ugly looking boots. So give your guy Adidas, Nike, whatever you want here. Change the kit socks for your player as well. You might want to put tape on the wrists. And then there's also facial accessories you can put. And that's if you've unlocked them, because at the moment it says premium. And then you want to muck around here and take a look at different free kick styles. There's a few different animations available in the game for your player. Don't stick with the default one. Customize it so it looks like it's unique to you. You can also adjust the penalty style as well. So you can do like the Ronaldo penalty kick style with a deep breath. The tippy toes one. There's a few animations there. Running style is also important. If you leave it on default, he's just going to look like every other player in the game. Make sure you customize it. Give him a unique running style so you know it's them on the pitch. There's a lot of different animations here you can take a look at. Goal celebrations is also another important one. You're going to be scoring a lot of goals in player career, so give your player a custom celebration. Take a look at all the animations here and select the one you like the most. Of course, you can still perform other celebrations in the game, but the one you pick here will be like the signature one. We already spoke about choosing an origin story in episode 2. Basically, the origin stories just affect certain attributes and your age. Next up, you select the club that you want to play at, and you can start in the Premier League or you can work your way up from League 2. You can play at any club in the game. It just depends what you want to achieve with the save. Do you want to start in Australia? Do you want to start in a lower ranked team? Or do you want to start at the best club and get limited game time? That all depends on what you want to do there. If you're starting out, I do suggest you start at a lower ranked club, because if you play at a bigger club, it might be hard to get some game time, and it's going to be harder to extend your contract with your current club or even just change to a different club because the objectives are harder. All you have to do after this is select a position that you want to play. You can take a look at some of these pre-career settings as well, and this is basically what's in manager mode as well. There's a lot of things that you need to do once you actually get into the player career mode menus. We'll save a lot of this stuff for the next episode, which is probably the last one in the series. Once you get into the save here for player career, you want to go to the notifications, check if there's anything important. Apparently there's some sort of message from your parent. I guess this probably has to do with our origin story. And then you also want to go to the My Agent, because the agent is important in terms of your player career. At the moment there's just some sort of like introduction message there from the agent. We'll continue to talk about the things you should do in player career mode in the next episode. Thank you to the Vapex FC members for your support. If you want your name featured here, just sign up using the link in the description. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like for me. Make sure you subscribe for more episodes and hit the thumbnail in the middle to watch another FC25 video.